All right, welcome back to Blender 101. This is our second practice session. We're going to be making a low poly barrel, and we're going to learn how to use some tools that we haven't used before. And so to start off with, let's go ahead and Shift A, add a cube, and I'm just going to hit GZ1 to bring it up a little bit, and then we want to scale it down on every axis except Z. So S, Shift Z to scale in all axes except Z, and then sort of scale it down until it's like, yay big. And I'm just going to scale it down in Y, so SY, and SX to scale it up a little bit in the X-axis. And this is going to become sort of one of the boards or panels on the outside of our barrel. And so what we can do here is hit Tab to go into edit mode. And then I'm going to hit Control R to add a loop cut, and mouse wheel up to add. It depends how dense you want this, or how sort of smooth looking you want this to be, how dense you want the topology to be. I'm going to add 5 loop cuts and confirm, and then I'm going to alt click the center one and press O to turn on proportional editing, and then from this drop down menu make sure that we have sphere selected. And then I'm going to hit G, and actually I'm going to do this from the side view, so 3 to go into side view here, and GY to drag, just to make sure that we're getting sort of the profile that we want there. And something like this is probably okay. And then I'm going to hit GY to drag it out, and keeping in mind here that however much you drag this out here on the right, your barrel is going to be twice as wide as that in the end. So something like this will give us a barrel that's like from here to here. So something like that's probably okay. And there are 2 other things I want to do on this board, which is, so tab into edit mode again, and I just want to shift or alt click this edge, and alt shift click this edge, and this edge, and this edge, because I want to just scale those up a little bit in the X so that this is a little bit flared. So, and O to turn off proportional editing, and SX to just flare this out a little bit. Don't have to go too crazy, but something like that, or maybe even a little bit less than that. Something like this is probably okay. And then the other thing I want to do here is, again, tab into edit mode here and select this middle thing here, and O to turn on proportional editing, and I want to scale up this whole edge loop. So S and X, and I want to only scale it up in the X-axis. There we go. So A to select all, and then we're going to use the spin tool, which we haven't used yet. So over here on the left-hand side, we've got this spin tool. So click it to activate, and you'll notice by default when it pops up, it gives us the option to rotate this around just the Z-axis, which is fine because that's what we want. So I'm going to click and drag, and by the way, you do have to have the whole thing selected for this to work. And it's also important that we drag this out, because it's going to rotate it around this 3D cursor. So it must be over here, and A to select all, in order to ensure that we're affecting all of our geometry. And then I'm just gonna click this and drag it all the way around, and notice that went all the way around, but we've got sort of too many boards. And so you can turn that down here by clicking down the number of steps, and something like that's looking pretty okay, maybe 12. And if you don't like the position, you can just Control Z to undo that, and the next time that you redo this, it will remember that number of steps. And so you can make sure that we've got this sort of correct. So there's our barrel. I'm going to hit SZ to scale it up a little bit in the Z-axis, and let's maybe give this whole thing a new material and make it, I don't know, brownish. We'll spend a little bit more time pretty soon looking at materials. There we go. And now I want to have some metal straps around it and also a lid. So Shift A, mesh, circle, and tab into edit mode. Let's go back to this box select tool and F to fill in our circle here. And I'm just going to hit E to extrude up in the Z and scale that down in every axis except Z. And maybe position this sort of here at the bottom. So I'm just using G to grab and scale it, move it around. And now I'm going to hit Shift D and Z to lock that in the Z axis and drag that duplicate up to the top. And that's sort of the top of our barrel here. Something like that's probably okay. And now we want to add some straps around it, because just looking at some of these sort of reference images, barrels tend to have these sort of straps. Sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 3. But let's add a couple of these in here. And I'm going to go Shift A Mesh Circle and tab into edit mode. And the way that we're going to do this is hit E to extrude, escape to cancel. But the verts are still there. So we did in fact extrude. It just put them sort of where the initial ones were. So if I hit S to scale now, you'll see those verts are still selected and they do still exist. And that'll give us this sort of ring shape. By the way, this is a very common problem for people who are just starting out in 3D modeling, is that sometimes they will hit E to extrude and cancel and think that all the verts are gone because you hit the escape key. And actually, they are still there, and you end up with this sort of like wonky geometry where you've got duplicate verts that you weren't aware of, and this can be a real problem for people. And the way to solve this is to hit A in edit mode to select all of the verts in that mesh, and hit M to merge, and we're going to merge by distance. And you'll see here at the bottom it says removed 32 vertices, and so now we don't have any more of those duplicate verts. So that's the way to fix that issue if you run into it. And if you've been making some stuff and you think you might have duplicate verts, it's a good way to test. Just A, select your whole mesh, and then M to merge by distance, and you'll see whether it removes any verts or not. All right, so with that out of the way, we've extruded and scaled this to make a ring. A to select the whole thing, E to extrude that up, and then S to scale it down. And we'll place this, I don't know, maybe SZ to make it a little taller, and place it like somewhere here. And I'm just gonna select this whole bottom and scale it down so that it's a little bit sort of angled downwards a little bit here. And then I'm gonna hit Shift D and Z to make a copy of it, and R X180 to flip it over, and just GZ to again sort of position this, and then Shift D Z to maybe we'll add one last one here sort of in the center. I don't know if it needs it. I see a lot of them that have 2, but that's okay. And we'll just sort of rescale that, something like this. And for these, let's again make a new material and just make it sort of a darker, maybe metallic color. And we'll apply it to all 3 of these. And this is a really sort of ugly brown color. Let's maybe darken that a little bit and turn the roughness up to 1. And with this, turn the roughness down a little bit, and let's again apply that to these, or actually what we could even do is give a separate material for the top that is a little bit lighter or a little bit darker, just so that the top and bottom are a little bit distinct from the rest of the wood. So there we go. That is a low poly barrel. Doesn't look that incredible. You could easily clean this up a little bit and put some more time into it, but this is a good practice exercise for sort of starting to build out 3D objects. Now, one last thing, we haven't actually talked about multi-part objects and object merging, but what I'm going to do right now is not in edit mode, so tap out into object mode. I'm going to hit A to select all. It's going to select all of the meshes in the scene, and I'm going to hit Control J to join, and you'll notice that up here in the outliner, we now just have one object. And if we tab into edit mode, like this geometry is all still separate. These are all still individual pieces, but we've merged them into one object in the outliner. So this we can now just call barrel, and this is our one barrel object, and we can drag it around and use it in scenes and stuff, and it is just the sort of the one object, which is useful. Anyways, that's it for this practice session, so I will see you for the next video.